right.
Where's the?
So I've got the guitar over there. Very cool. And yeah, you'll want your chisel though, for sure. We will be. That'll be where we glue up the braces. Yeah, welcome back everybody to How to Build a Guitar. We're going to be finishing up a little bit of our work from last week.
Square and pencil.
Yes. Yeah, it should be in my top right drawer. I'm going to turn off the music here.
The braces of a dingus.
Yeah. There was for a split second.
Okay. Is it aligned over that?
It looks like it is on center there. Yep.
Okay. Wait, so then I just drop a line on the side. Just pencil.
Your pencil's right here.
No.
Very good.
We're good?
Yes. Looks right. So let's begin notching.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Flat on the line.
Okay. Do I have to go a little deeper on that?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay.
Pop that out of there.
Is it this way?
Either way, I like to do bevel side down. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Shoot. Feels like a total forceful. There we go.
Cool. Just scrape out and clean up the bottom. And we'll do the other one. Live stream is back to empty.
Oh. Okay.
Let's make it happen. So it hasn't yet. This is what's so confusing to me in Cincinnati and in Dallas. Had them, and you wait and wait and wait. They get. You talk about trades.
Yeah, something looks like it's not fitting properly.
We'll cut it out of here.
For the org-
Yeah, I think the fit's actually too tight.
Too tight?
Yeah.
very joke. I'm asking, like, what if the Cowboys did?
I see exactly what it is. You see that? Just there.
I see.
Yeah, you can see what's causing it right there.
Okay.
Yeah, flat side. There we go.
Very basic, and the Cowboys
There
continue
we
to
go.
wait, and it's going to cost them. I don't think Michael Parsons is going to go
There we
anywhere.
go.
They will get. But why even aggravate a player who's that integral to your defense? Yeah, and have it be a distraction. It's unnecessary. The whole thing.
Is that better?
Let's see.
Sorry.
I say it's dry run ready
Okay.
because it looks like under pressure it closes up. So we'll call that one good and move on to the next notch.
Okay.
There. If anyone in the live stream has any burning questions about Lutherie or guitar building, even if it's not directly related to the current task at hand, we're more than happy to answer your questions.
Does that look good over there?
It looks like you're not quite square up against the, yeah. You want to scooch it down that way so I can see if we're lined up on center?
Mm-hmm.
It's off. It needs to go this way a little more.
Like the whole thing?
The whole thing, yeah, shifted down. I think you're going to scooch it down a little more this way. A little further. That is just about centered. Yeah, that should be good.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's still centered.
Okay. What is this one?
Yeah, oh, you were still center. Yeah.
I'm still center right now?
Right there.
Okay.
Right there. Very good.
Who's gonna go? That one.
Love our legendary stuff. Our legendary shows and stuff. Come together to purchase. Yes, thank you. Let's all match. $5. Only.
I've got a couple of questions to ask.
Yeah, of course.
I've heard these terms thrown around about you're dealing with a back right now, but some people like to have a back that's responsive, and some say they want a back that's not responsive.
Yeah,
How do you design a responsive back, and how do you design a non-responsive back?
that's a great question. If I'm designing a responsive back, um, I'll start kind of with a general explanation first, and then we'll talk more specifics after the fact. If I'm building
Great.
if I'm building a non-responsive back, I just would leave the braces to be really stiff so that the back doesn't really move when the guitar is being played. And if I'm trying to build a responsive back, I'm going to weaken the stiffness of the braces and the total deflection and strength of the back of the guitar. I'm going to do that controlled. I'm going to take it to the same level of strength every time, but I'm going to weaken it substantially more so that under playing conditions, that back moves and it's active. And this is assuming that you go on.
I was going to say, would you perform a deflection test on it or something like that?
Yes, I would. So for this guitar, for example, on our deflection jig, we would take it to about 65 thousandths of deflection. And then when I would use, I don't know if you've seen the voicing hammer thing around the Patreon. You could use something like that or just a regular FFT analysis on your computer. And you could find the dominant frequency of the back and then carve braces till you hit the same number every time. That way it's controlled. And then you basically, the further you push that number, the weaker and the more responsive it's going to get. You don't want it to be too weak, otherwise the guitar could, collapse or something. But
break or bump up against
yeah,
something, split. Or, yeah.
right, exactly. So, and then the only way that a responsive back really works is if when you're playing the guitar, you pull the guitar away from your body so that it isn't like being muted by your chest and stomach. So the thing can actually move. So that's important.
Okay.
And if you want
the
more,
heels of that, go ahead.
if you want a more detailed explanation on exactly, are you an acoustic guitar builder?
I want to be.
Yeah. If you want more details on exactly how to go about doing that, I'm more than happy to explain it.
Right now, or some other.
Yeah, we could go over it right now. We could shift gears, and Emily and I can show you some of the jigs and fixtures that we would use to get this thing to be active.
Let me get my notepad out.
Yeah, of course.
How does that look?
You were saying that you would do a deflection test. You would do about 0.0 thousandths, 0.06 thousandths.
Yeah, for this particular guitar, yes. And yeah, let me Emily, if you do you want to go over that stuff real quick? Yeah. We'll switch places here, and I'll show you my. We'll go over to the lecture hall. Let me get a pen here. So if you want to build a guitar with an active back, so we got basically two scenarios. You have an active back, which essentially means you've got lighter, weaker back and braces. And then you've got your non-active, which would essentially be much stiffer back and braces. So stiff, in fact, that when you're playing the guitar, it doesn't move. And then with the active back, when you're playing the guitar, because the back is weaker under playing conditions as the sound moves through and the sound propagates through the airwaves in the chamber of the guitar, and that movement's occurring, the back will actually flex and move with it. Essentially almost acting like a speaker head similar to that of the guitar top. And that's a broad generalization, but that's pretty much what's happening. And so the question is if you're going to make a back lighter and weaker, how do you know if you've pushed it too far? And so the answer is you just come up with a standardized system of taking it to the same level of weakness / strength every single time. And then you come up with a standard for taking the braces to the same level of strength every time or weakness every time. And so we start by we take the back of the guitar and we put it in something called a deflection jig, which sounds like you were at least somewhat familiar with. So I'll go over that real quick. I would show you our deflection jig in the back, but my internet connection in the back of the shop is really poor right now when we still have yet to get it.
Do you want me to bring it up here? I can just.
Yeah, you can bring it up here. You know where it is?
Yeah, it's
Cool.
sitting in the center, right?
Yeah. So.
All right, let's set up right
Yeah, Emily's going to get the deflection jig for me so I can show you what that looks like.
Oh.
Yeah, so, but I'll kind of draw it out and I'll do a rough explanation here because there's a few important things with the deflection jig that unfortunately make it a little more complicated than you'd like it to be. And so if I have a deflection jig here, usually what it is it's like there's these 4 posts and then there's a dial caliper in the middle of it. And you put a piece of wood over top of the dial caliper, and then you put a weight on top of it, and then you see how much it flexes. So if I say 65,000, when I put my weight, say that again.
Have to calibrate the weight.
Yeah,
calibrating the
yeah, we're using the same weight every single time. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's something like it's something like 30 some newtons of force. If you want to go there, but we use the same weight every time. But the reason it's a little tricky is because if you move the deflection jig and you increase the distance between the posts, even under the same amount of weight, you'll cause it to deflect more. So really the caveat is you have to use the same deflection jig every time with the same weight every single time. Otherwise, the number you get on the caliper won't mean anything and you're not comparing apples to apples. And then, what was that? Yeah, I'll help you get it. I'm going to get that deflection jig. Give me 1 second.
Elijah.
Okay. So here's one of our deflection jigs here. And we have our calibrated weight here. And then right here we have the caliper. So let me get a piece of wood here. Let me get our. Now, under normal circumstances, what I would do is I would take a piece of wood that was already joined up, and then I would feed it through here. And I do this before the guitar is, in the case of the back, obviously there's no sound hole, but I do it, if it was the top, I do it right after the sound hole's been cut out, the rosette has been installed, and the guitar is still a square. I've not cut out the body shape yet. In the case of the back, it's just a square back that's been glued together. And then I stick it in here. And then I zero out my caliper. and then I just stick my weight on top. And then in this case, it deflects by 48.5 thou. And so I would run this through a thickness sander, this piece of wood, until I got to my desired deflection value. And then that's how you take the back to a standard level of strength or weakness every time. So I'm not taking the back to a standard thickness. It's not about thicknesses. I'm taking it to a standard strength. And then what I do is I brace up the guitar back. And then after it's braced up and the shape is cut out, kind of like where we're at now, and I can demonstrate this too. So imagine we got this back fully braced. And I glue these two braces in here and it's good to go. I then stick it in something called a voicing jig, which I believe we have some in here. Where would they be? They might all be in the back as well, but that's okay. So I take this back and I stick it in something called a voicing jig, and it's essentially, it looks similar to this. It's like a rim for the guitar, and I would clamp it into this rim. And then that's actually going to make this guitar behave almost like a percussive drum head. And then I can tap on it, and then I get a frequency out of it. And I just carve on the braces till I hit the same frequency every time. For example, this one might be, it would probably be somewhere around 180 hertz. So I just carve on these braces till it goes to 180 hertz. And that ensures that I'm taking the braces to a similar level of strength / weakness every time. And I'm homogenizing the back's dominant frequency. So it makes the tonal qualities of the back consistent, and it makes the voice of the guitar consistent, and it ensures that your active back on every single guitar that you make is the same. And you know that if you hit the right numbers, your guitar's not going to fall apart. And the way that we got the numbers is actually just through building a bunch of guitars. Which ones got close to the point of failure? Which ones did we push too far? Which ones did we not push far enough? And then we kind of eventually found numbers that worked really well for us. And that's how we do it. Now we just take each model. For each model, we know what the numbers are. And then we just take each of those models to the same deflection value and then carve on it the same way. So that pretty much sums it up.
Do those set values, do they change when you change to different types of tone wood?
Yeah, the average thickness at which you hit your desired deflection value will change depending on the tone wood you're using. For example, Indian rosewood, by the time it hits my 65 thousandths of deflection, usually ends up being like 105 thou thick. Mahogany, by the time it hits my 65 thousandths of deflection, usually ends up being like 95 to 100 thou thick. So that's just one example. Wenge ends up being, it ends up getting pretty damn thin. It can get to like 85 thou by the time it hits my deflection value. So yeah, depending on the wood, it'll hit the numbers, but it'll hit the numbers at different points. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
All rotted away under there.
It's an old house.
Yeah, yes, sir. It's on cast iron, so definitely don't have the stuff to fix it today.
Do you want to glue them up, or do you want me to?
Yeah. Are there any other questions related to this?
If you're home,
I'll be home just for you.
whatever time is fun.
What do you mean? Are you off tomorrow?
I'm off tomorrow, but like,
Okay.
don't worry about it.
Let's go ahead and start pulling up these braces.
All right.
Okay. I need to. I got an errand to run in Houston. I'll be back if I leave early enough, 1-2 o'clock.
Oh. And then I'll have to go get a repair flange. What that is, it's a flange that has 3 different Allen wrench screws in it, and then actual.
I've
I
seen them.
think this one maybe did a little bit, but I think we're close to dry run territory if you just want to do a dry run.
If we don't do cast.
We'll move it back over to the go deck.
1959 or something.
It's original.
The whole thing is.
But
Just
it is not.
And the braces.
Just, you don't have the
I don't have the
parts.
proper tools, but
We don't need
tomorrow
I'm sure the part
Yeah.
can have neither.
I can bring. I gotta get something to cut that out. I gotta get a blade at the supply house tomorrow. It's called a diamond blade, but it's got to be for a rotary saw, like a small rotary saw. Cut it out. We'll have to put that in.
I've got. Well, I don't have that kind of saw.
But so if you says you had another tool that
I have a place to go to talk.
we'll have to use that one tonight, and I'll come with my hammers and stuff for the saws tomorrow.
All right.
For now, all I can do is set that fullet back over that flange. That way, it don't start smelling up your house.
All right. I was wondering about that.
We're obviously gonna have to talk a different price, but one thing that I can throw in is a free toilet rebuild because your bolts are also leaking on your tank. Probably where a lot of that water is coming from.
Is that one not down enough?
Yeah, I think if we just put another go bar right there and one right there,
Okay.
it might clear it up. Let's see.
But I can do that. A new supply line, replace all the guts in it.
Okay.
For free. Around 220 to get that for you. Yes, sir. All right. I will see you tomorrow.
Try to see if I got some hand sanitizer.
All right.
It's a little short.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing a gap on this one. I think we need to clean up the bottom of that channel a little more.
Does this one?
Yeah, both of them need a little bit clean up.
Okay.
Yep. So we're back to the carving station.
Sound from my house is not coming back through.
Very cool. All right, so we almost fit, but we have a little bit more to shave off. Yep.
No. So just from the bottom or just to shave off from this
I
side?
think it's just the bottom.
Okay.
Just scrape
Okay,
the
so
bottom,
yeah,
clean it
right
up a little.
there.
Yeah.
Should I scrape that out or no?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of that. Yeah, just that crap.
Okay.
We can do some of that.
Definitely got wiggle room now.
Yeah, well, we'll leave it there.
Yeah. Okay. I think this one's just diagonal. What it looks like.
I definitely scrape the bottom too, yeah. Just kind of push it down here and see if it goes down all the way. That looks much better.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try that.
Or is it bad to have a lot of wiggle room on these?
I mean, no, ultimately the glue will secure it. I like to have a tight fit for aesthetic reasons, but the glue will secure everything. That looks like we definitely need one right over there. Since
One
we have
right
a
on
gap.
top?
Yeah, just one gap.
Or should I just move this one over?
Yeah, put that one there. Maybe it's held up on something. You're gonna try to just push it down with your hand. There, yeah, you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now it's pushed.
that's already better. Yep. So, mindful of that when we go to glue it in. Okay. Let's go ahead and glue it up then. And if anyone has any other questions, please do let us know.
Sorry, gotta put it on crooked at first. Whoops. Should I just?
Move a little more
Oh, let's just slide it over. There you go.
Hmm.
Yeah, we can clean that up with a paper towel after the fact.
Okay.
Just a damp paper towel. Yeah, go ahead and clamp that up. Let's clamp that one. Yeah, finish up that glue up first, and then we'll move to the next one.
Will this need to be? Looks like it needs to be. Well,
every child's surprise. Feel the same. Enjoy. Open a world of surprise.
Do I need to put another one on?
Yeah. Let's just get rid of this guy.
He's not doing much.
Oh, actually, there's a fair amount of tension there, surprisingly. Yeah, the gap rule merged. I'll fix it in a second. Okay. Cool.
Looks like it's over here.
Is it over on that side now?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see what's happening.
What?
I think bottom of the brace is like this,
Oh,
slightly. It's fine.
right
It's
there.
definitely making contact right there. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
See that? Just slide.
Nice. Thank you.
There we go. See how that's so good.
Looks like it.
Yep. Okay, there we go. We got it. Cool. All good.
What did it?
Cool. Well, that'll pretty much wrap up the live stream. Please tune in next week for any other questions. And if any of you guys have questions related to this at all, please post them in the Discord or in the comments of the Patreon. Yeah, we'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.